Hello, everyone. Thought I'd share the beautiful tree before you saw me. Look at this beautiful, beautiful tree. It's a windy afternoon, so I hope you can hear me. Yes, I'm actually hiding a bit with this topic on relationships. Um, Short Facebook Live, I chose to come on live to share with you this vulnerable space. So we have an upcoming class with Simone and Brendan Watt on relationships and different. And there is this new space of really looking at what I'd like to have in that area. I don't even know where to begin, but it really is inviting all of us now more than ever to have that moment of being brutally honest with yourself. And I do a lot of Facebook Lives and a lot of things in Spanish, and this one really asked to be in English. I'm not sure why, but I'm bringing it all to you that can understand me in English, or those that don't maybe receive an energy. This topic on relationship, it's interesting. Someone shared not too long ago that during this whole coronavirus around the world, there's been actually many divorces, a lot of challenges in this area on relationships. And I myself have actually been looking at this for some time. I've been divorced for now going on 6 years. And as I travel the world and meet different people, for many, many years, I thought, I don't want a relationship. I mean, why would I want a relationship? Because all I saw was what I had seen years in the past, either what I've had or what other people I've chosen, and just didn't look fun. It didn't look fun at all. And I was actually not willing to choose because it was in the space of it just didn't look fun. It was almost like, well, not that. And the gift of having Simone and both Brendan with the book they have on relationships and different, and this whole new conversation on relationships, is that there started to be this whisper in my world, well, maybe I do. Wow, like I get to create what I would like. And one of the things that I've realized recently is that there is a level of vulnerability, a level of being brutally honest with yourself of what you would like. And recently, I'm in Northern California, and recently I got to notice where in my relationships I'm still excluding myself. How many of you, well, I'll just look at myself, but it really is an invitation for all of us to look at. It's like, where are we excluding ourselves? Where are we still looking at everywhere where I can make sure I include other people, making sure that they're happy, making sure that, it's almost like with my son, with my ex, with my family, with friends that I'm meeting, it's like, where is it going to be comfortable for them? What do they like? In this space of finally going, okay, if I get to have choice in everything in my life, I hope you guys can hear me. I know it's a bit windy. But I started to look at if I could have choice. If I have choice, like I know I do. I don't always probably act as if I do, but this topic on relationship has been so fascinating. I was married for about 17 years and now divorced, and started to date a bit and still notice where I exclude me, where I'm not including me. So when I arrived to California, I didn't expect to stay here very long. Having an apartment now in Mexico, was planning to travel and then end up there, and I was here in California. My place is being rented out, and I ended up staying with a friend, super kind man. And it was so funny because one of the things he said, I'm so glad you're stuck here. And I laughed to myself and I said, am I stuck? Like, is that actually true? Do I feel stuck? And in this space of really beginning to look at, okay, if I wasn't stuck anywhere in anything, and I always had choice, what would I choose? So grateful for the generosity in the space and that choice and all the gifts of it. I actually chose to find another temporary spot as my place becomes vacant from the renters. So I have a new space. So this is the gift of this tree. This is in my new space. And I chose it just for 10 days. But this part about being in relationship, it's like I've always thought that relationship was about being in relationship with someone else. You know, boyfriend, girlfriend, married, you know, best friends, family, but I never realized that it was also about being in relationship with me. And in being in relationship with me, also beginning to be brutally honest of what it is that I would like. Now, I'm sharing all of this because there is a class coming up, and whether you choose it or not, there's some prerequisites. There's also a book, Relationship Done Different by Simone Milasas and Brendan Watt. And I just invite us all, like, what actually works for you? This conversation of actually looking at what works for you and beginning to go, does this actually work for you? I have incredible friends that have also gone through some challenges and have chosen uncomfortable things where there was a space like finally choosing what actually works for them. And it's interesting, someone else was bringing up this topic and this fear of being by yourself. I'm all like, I actually quarantine myself somewhat because I'm actually in a space which I'm by myself, and yet, you know, people keep coming over. But this space of, are we truly ever alone? And is that the excuse that you have for being in the relationships that you're in? And if I was truly honest with myself and inviting all of us to be, it's like, what if nothing that you desire in a relationship is right or wrong? And so this space of going, what would I like in all my relationships, and adding more kindness and caring. And there's other things that I'd like to add in my relationships. And if someone isn't available for that, it's not wrong. And so I get to choose. Wow. So I appreciate those of you coming on. I mean, some of you, you know, might speak just Spanish because I tend to do a lot in Spanish, and other of you guys that are in English. But it's like, in our relationships, whether it's with your family, friends, what is it that you desire? Being here in Northern California, it's definitely a space to really acknowledge my relationship with nature. And it's so easy. For those of you that have pets, how easy is it to be with your pets, your animals, and with nature that's so giving, kind, nurturing, no expectations, no judgment. It's like, wow, what would it be like to actually have a relationship like that? And then you can also continue to ask for way more. I'm not sure exactly what this class with Brendan and Simone will bring, this Relationships Done Different, but there is a new demand for me, for myself, and that's that sense of not excluding me to have someone else in my life. Whether it's my parents, whether it's my sisters, whether it's neighbors, you know, lovers, friends, exes, and my child's son. It's like, it's not okay anymore. So this space, what is it that you desire? What is it that that would nurture you, that would be kind for you and your body? And what if it's not wrong to ask for that? Yes, Becky Vans, I wonder, yeah, this upcoming class, I do wonder what's available. Because the other thing that I've realized that has been something I haven't been willing to acknowledge is that I get to actually create the relationships I have. So if something's not working, where can I be different? I have a call that I'm going to make this evening. I have a niece, beautiful Antoinette, and I saw her yesterday, and I was just ugly. I was so ugly with her. I was so mean. And I thought, is that really who I want to be with her? And so if I didn't judge myself, like, yeah, I'm going to call her. I'm going to apologize. It's like, not sure who I was being, but that's not who I'm committed to being. And what if in all our relationships, they don't have to be fixed in the way they are. You can apologize. You can be wrong. And I'm actually going to choose something different with her. So anyways, that is someone. If Antoinette, if you're watching, I will be calling you. But it's like, what other relationships do you have where you're actually not being you, where you're in reaction and you're judging and you have expectations, and it's actually you not being you? Because I do desire a different world, and I know that way I be with every single person that I interact with, I get to choose and create a whole different world. Yes, Becky, we have choice. We're not the effect of anything and everything as we think we are. So, and that said, if you have an asshole in your life, it's like, all right, like, does that work for you? And if it doesn't, what choices do you have? Where can you ask for contribution? Where can you ask? I mean, I started to look at like, oh, if I actually chose another space, like crazy. Yes, I actually live in this county. I have a home. It's being rented, and I could look at all the different ways where I can make it so I didn't spend money. And yet, if money wasn't an issue, like, what could I choose? So I did pay some money. I have a space to myself. I'm enjoying it. And it's a new space to begin to ask, what else would I like to add? What else would I like to choose if I wasn't at the effect of anything and anyone? So anyways, this little vulnerable space of like sharing with you all what I just shared is really to invite all of us to, like, what if we always have choice? If you're familiar with the Access Consciousness tools, you'll know that there's a lot of tools. Brendan Watt, Simone Millicent both facilitate an incredible class called Choice of Possibilities, where we do have questions and we get to look at where we're functioning from no choice and using everything and everyone as a justification for what we can't actually have. And I'm not committed to that anymore. I'm actually going, all right, if I can choose, what's one thing I can choose today different that would actualize everything I desire in my life? For those friends that have known me for a long time, they know that I continue to choose and change. And yet there's a new level of vulnerability that I'm aware of with this upcoming class that I get, perhaps I've been resisting. And I also get that in the world today, how many people cling on to what they've made right, either in their relationships or their life or their business, and are afraid to let it go. And by not letting it go, what if you're actually limiting, creating way greater, and actually enjoying your life and you're living in a whole different way? So anyways, little moments of vulnerability and inviting you to actually begin to ask, if you could create anything with the relationships you have, what would you like to create? And if you could choose to change and add something different, what would you like to add? So anyways, I hope this was a contribution of some sort. Look up, I put a link to the class, whether you're choosing it or not. Check out Simone Millicent, Brendan Watt, this incredible class, Relationships Done Different. The book, Relationship, Are You Sure You Want One, is a fantastic book. I'm doing a book club in Spanish at the moment, and I know there's English ones going on around the world. And what if there was nothing wrong with what you desire to have and be in your relationships, even if it doesn't match what anybody else is choosing? So thank you for watching, and let me know. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you're choosing different. And if things aren't easy right now in your relationships, you're not wrong. Like, ask, what else is possible here I've never considered? And if I could add anything new in my relationship today, what would I choose? And if you mess things up, if you fuck it up, hey, you can always apologize. So it's like, anywhere we're not willing to be wrong and everywhere we're fighting to be right about something, what if that's actually limiting everything we can have that's greater than what we can imagine? So I'm going to choose that. I'm going to be in the class. And if you are, I hope to see you there. And if not today, maybe in the future. And if anything, just keep asking, what truly works for me? And am I including myself in my life, my living, my relationship, my business? So enjoy. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.